Welcome to the USO studio. Tonight you're joining us for another night of DoDEA eSports Pacific matches. We've got our first matchup, Humphreys versus Edgren, all ready to go in Rocket League, and then we'll bring you a Valorant match. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer. I am joined by Zach Munson. Call all of the action for you. Zach, since you weren't here with us last time, I catch you up to date. Edgren, in the last broadcast, had a very long, drawn-out best of 7 that went all the way toward the 7th game, and they fell short. In fact, they didn't win both of the games they had that night. So they're going to be really looking to get a bit of revenge from that last night here tonight.
Yeah, I may not have seen that one, but I have seen a good amount from Edgren, at least in Rocket League so far, and it seems like the story for them is kind of finding out what team composition they want to go with, just in terms of what players they have in. It seems like they like to sub people out a lot, and so far, they kind of haven't been able to find the perfect just kind of composition of players that's going to let them win the most.
Speaking of composition of players, let's take a look at what these two schools are bringing to the field. We've got Lucas, Ethan, Bloopers, and Garweni for Edgren.
Humphreys has Cosmic Tripod, The Better Team, Aiden L. Bozo, and Gato L495. Lots of L's.
Yeah, a lot of well, they don't want to be walking away with an L is the main thing. They can have them in their gamer tags all they want, but hopefully not in their win-loss record. But we're ready to head on down to the field, get to the first game of this best of 7, because as we know, these can be long and drawn out. As we get ready to go into the first game, we want to give a shout out to the USO, who's the nation's leading organization serving the men and women in the U.S. military throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join through their assignments and deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO is always by their side. Now, let's head on down to the field and see if Humphreys Blackhawks beat Edgren. In the Valorant match last time, they pulled out a 13-0 victory against Edgren, so still might be a little bit of a sore subject between the Blackhawks and the Eagles, as we're well underway with Game 1.
Well, it's the Battle of the Birds here now, as things kind of get off to a bit of a slower start than you normally see in Rocket League, but Edgren quickly want to change that as they're going to take the attack straight to Humphreys early. But they aren't really able to capitalize too much, and now things look like they might go the other way. The attack starting to mount up with a demolition onto Edgren, actually kind of cutting things back, and Ariel's close, but it's not going to quite make it. And Lucas now wanting to reset the ball back towards the middle.
Bit of a block there by Humphreys. Better team. Gets it past mid, but has no one to pass to. Lucas isn't able to stop the momentum, however. So now they've lost a whole lot of ground as the better team puts it around the corner. No one to follow up. Lucas now with the air dribble above 2 onto the open goal. What a great redirect off of his teammate, too.
It's a combination. Those are the kind of shots that you can't really do anything about. Those pinches, the ball with the velocity straight onto the net. No one can really even get there in time, and Edgren off to an early lead. Humphreys is going to want to take that one back, but they still have 4/5 of the game remaining.
Lucas sends a huge clear over, sets it up for Ethan, who has a good shot on the goal, but it is saved by a better team. Lucas, though, quick counterattack. Ball is wide off to the left corner. Now trying to center it up. Not going to find it there. Ready to go again. Double commit, though. He's going to leave it open. And, yep, Edgren capitalizes on that.
So far, this has been looking more like a tennis match than a soccer match, as the ball is just constantly dribbling from each side. And Edgren coming out on top both times, able to find open looks onto the goal, and they're about to find another one here, but Aiden almost lets that one get past him, but he's going to take it now, dribbling the back. Ethan's going to shut that down quickly. This Blooper's nice pass to his teammate, but they're just going to need to kind of reset. They're taking control of the ball here, and Ariel from deep on their side of the net. It's going to bounce off the wall. Trajectory not quite there. Better team's going to save that one and reset things back. Even shot the other way. Ethan's going to save. It's back far left.
Ethan puts a shot over Bozo. Loopers now, doing a bit of a juke there and a pop-up, and it doesn't turn into a goal. But still, the amount of skill that we're seeing from Edgren just to be able to play around and fake out the other team. I mean, even there, Lucas being able to get that demo. Seems Edgren's a lot more comfortable with their abilities to control the car.
Better team trying to shut this one down before it gets out of control. Whole team is here. Deep commitment. Lucas is going to take this one back the other way just to kind of reset and grab some more boost and get a better look. All of Humphreys playing defense on this one, walking back, getting ready for the attack that they know is coming. Lucas is taking point on this one, controlling the ball. He's going to get a dribble, and it's now his turn for an aerial to come to meet. Blooper is almost able to get that one in past two defenders, but the defense is strong. Both teams there at the right time. Ball popping there, might get past people. No one's there to return the shot from Lucas. A beautiful aerial off the crossbar. Good look.
I know you said earlier this feels more like a tennis match. If it was, the score would be 40-love right now with Edgren at game point, which, to be honest, that's kind of what it feels like here. If they get 4 goals, there just probably isn't enough time for Humphreys to come on back. So tennis or soccer, a goal here, a score here is just what the Eagles need to just cement their victory. And they might get it here. Now shot by Ethan. I think they got it.
It's a perfect shot. Right above the defenders, just where they can't quite reach it off the jump. Taking up to a 4-0 lead, as you said. Feels like Humphreys are kind of out of this one. Maybe they're able to kind of cobble something together and get a decent look. Feels strong coming into the next round, but not if that happens. Ethan's just going to sneak one past. No one was really expecting that, especially not the Humphreys goalkeeper. Now a 5-0 lead with 1 minute remaining in this game.
Just trying to pile it on at this point. It'd have to be a goal every 10 seconds for Humphreys. And Ethan's still trying to pressure them up in their own corner. Ball just rebounds back across mid. Looper's now off the wall with the dribble. Ethan, that was so well played between them.
That was beautiful. And that's just kind of what we've seen from Edgren multiple times is their team coordination and their ability to make plays. Hold on. Okay, I might get interrupted here by a 7th goal coming out from Ethan, but just that team play and their ability to make set plays and not only their coordination, but their scripted ability to set things up for each other is just so notable and very impressive. Other team now so close. Aiden, are you there? Not quite. Better team's gonna make it so they at least don't get a free 8 here, but it seems like their one chance maybe to get a 7-1 taken away. I think they're just gonna dribble this one out, kind of what you do in a lot of sports when you know you're beat. Just let it roll across the ground. And
unless they want to take a final shot, try it. Nope. I mean, due to a better team there at the very end, we almost had a Brazil, but that wasn't to be quite for this match. But overall, Edgren really seems to be in the driver's seat. I think it's that mid-air passing and coordination that we're just not seeing anything like that from Humphreys. If anything, we're seeing a good amount of double commits.
Yeah, well, Lucas especially, we've seen him a lot in these games. He's always going for those aerial looks, and most of the time so far they haven't quite been falling his way, but this time they're falling, and he's looking like a very standout player who's able to make the tough shots and give his team the lead.
All right, we're ready to hop on into game number 2 between these two schools. Due to this being a best of 7, we at least, this is the one thing I'm worried about with Edgren though. I mean, they kept on piling on goals. It's like, pace yourself, pace yourself. We at a minimum still have 3 games to get through.
Using all the strats in the book. Too early, perhaps.
All right, Humphreys Blackhawks versus the Edgren Eagles. I almost have to think too that if you're gonna have scorelines like 7-0, maybe it's just kind of a slap back from that Valorant loss they recently took. You know, if Humphreys is gonna sweep Edgren in Valorant, then Edgren's gonna try to get revenge here.
Humphreys is taking the initiative this time, though. However, the defense is just so clean from Edgren. Even with the kickoff victory, Humphries not even really able to make anything. Ethan almost there with that aerial. Seemed to be trying it so much. There's Lucas. Blooper is going to rotate, get a little bit. He's going to be back in a second with full boost. Able to make a play perhaps. Ball's being bounced up for him. Lucas is going to clear this towards the middle. We'll see if anyone's there. But Aiden's going to throw a wrench in that plan before it even gets started. Ethan's turn now. Almost able to get that ball up, but 3 Humphrey defenders in the corner. This could be bad news. Seems like the corner's where the ball is going to stay, at least for now.
Lucas elevates up, double commit from Humphries. Chasing after the ball. Chase out around the corner, no follow-up going to be found there. Bloopers pass to Lucas, back to mid. Ethan beats the 50, now has it aimed on the goal, and one final little tap from Bloopers will cement it. Very clean play.
So set up. A lot of the time you see one person maybe getting all the looks, taking all the goals, but that's not the story for Edgren. It's everybody's getting involved here. Bloopers getting his goal. I don't know if he got one last time, but he's definitely coming out strong this time. Humphries has to respond, but they're kind of a little bit late on this rotate. Lucas into Bloopers, not quite, just a little bit off. That could have easily gone the way of Edgren.
Oh, what a block by Lucas. Bozo now trying to play it off. Oh. That was the first real attempt at a pass I'd seen from Humphries, but it just instantly blocked afterwards. Loopers loses control of the ball. Lucas has his back though. Play up above Ethan. He just flicks it off to the side, just slaps it.
Loopers is there. Edgren doing a great job of stalling this one out, knowing that they have the lead. Oh man, that ball was in and out. So close, just a little bit too far to the left. Edgren can't be happy about that one. But as the time ticks, I'm sure they're getting more and more happy. As this 1-0 lead looks more commanding the longer that this time goes without Humphries getting a goal. Bloopers is going to have a shot at a nice aerial setup here. Ethan a little bit too wide for him, has to adjust too far. Every player now in this corner. Bloopers, can he make it? Ooh. Oh. Great save there from Bozo, at least preventing this one from getting too out of hand.
Oh, nice setup from Blooper. Oh! Not going to find their second goal there, but they still maintain the lead. 1-0, a lot more reserved and controlled. At least when compared to game 1. Ethan now carrying it up, gets the demo. Lucas off the wall, and it's too wide, but great setup nonetheless.
Blooper's not really expecting that one's gonna kind of make it so their opportunity sort of doesn't go their way. No defenders were really ready for that. But they're certainly gonna get more looks as Lucas and Ethan working to clear this one out from middle. Humphries wants to keep it there, but they're not going to be able. They got to run back on defense fast before Ethan gets past. A beautiful goal. He has one defender to beat there. He's going to do it every time. He's just too clean today. Ethan looking like the star player so far from Edgren, who maybe after that loss kind of prepared themselves. They're looking prepared coming into this one. Lucas gonna clear this one out back, send it over to Ethan, who's ready. A nice ball set up. You know they're comfortable with their aerials, but this one doesn't go their way. Looper's gonna push this back out to middle if he can, but Buckeye's there, blocking things for him. Time is now ticking down as Lucas gets a good look into Ethan. Oh, just so close, and somehow the ball is gonna manage to get in the net for a 3-0 lead with 40 seconds left. Everyone now sharing the sugar a bit on Edgren, each player with one goal here.
Oh man, Lucas just follows it all the way across the field and lets it fall down into the goal. 36 seconds, and now things are really starting to ramp up in favor of Edgren. A 4-0 scoreline. game is pretty much locked and sealed at this point. Not much that Humphreys can do.
Not much they have been doing either. They're going to need to change something up heading into the next one, or this one's kind of looking to be done and dusted almost. Lucas, of course, always there. He wants another before the round is done. Humphreys not wanting that, just want to dribble this one out. They don't want the extra salt in the wound, and they won't get it for this time at least.
Humphreys yet to score a single goal between the two games.
Yeah, it's 11-0 if we're kind of translating the score in between games, and that's not a place you want to be in Rocket League especially. You want the games to be close. You don't want to be playing from behind, and I don't even know if you could be more behind at least 2 games into a best-of-7.
Well, Edgren has to be good feeling where they are as they head on into Game 3, just sitting at that match point marker. Can they walk away with a clean sweep against Humphreys? We're heading into Game 3 now. We'll get our answer quite soon. Eagles have been a dominant force in DoDEA eSports Pacific Rocket League. That was until last week when Guam High School gave them a huge run for their money, took it all the way to Game 7. Edgren fell short. So these remaining weeks, they've definitely had something that they need to prove, that they can still be considered a top DoDEA school, and off we go.
Coming straight out with a play, it almost looks like. Lucas just not being able to get that one, but the ball's going to stay on the side of Humphreys. It's still in their court. They have to respond to this relentless attack that Edgren's sending. Seems like so layered here, and now they finally do. Will the aerial connect? Better team, not able to move the ball enough to get it out of the hands of Ethan, who's now setting up for an aerial of his own. It's going to bounce out a little awkward. 4 players now in this corner, just trying to get this a little out of their way, and better team's finally going to clear it. The bloopers is there, and that's a good setup for anyone. Lucas, of course, is there. The ball's directed a little bit too far to the left for him. A minute now, already ticked out, but it's been an exciting minute. Humphreys maybe showing a bit more life here. Now, taking the ball back towards middle. They're going to need to block this arrow from Lucas, who you know is good for it. Ethan, back to bloopers again. Almost everyone's shots just going a little bit too wide, and Humphreys manages to survive the onslaught.
Bloopers, oh! I set up the goal, but just misses. Lucas now regains control of the ball. Plays off the wall, pass to Ethan. This is aimed good, and better team is able to read it pretty well. Gets a quality save. Question is, if the shots on goal just keep on stacking up for Edgren, is it only a matter of time? They try to get it past mid, but are stopped right before it crosses midfield. Pinch there, though, will send it clear on back toward Edgren's goal. Now, oh, that's a great pop. It's just going to go off into the far corner.
Lucas a little too far on that one. It was a good look, and while this game's been even so far, it seems rather dominant for a 0-0 from Edgren, who have been able to get so many more shots. Ethan now with the demo might kind of stop the momentum of Humphreys. Good dribble, though, from better team. However, bloopers, of course, is always there. Back, able to save the ball, and Lucas a bit his way, slowing it down, fakes the defender out, and now over to Ethan. Somehow that ball gets past everyone. That hesitation was great on getting the first defender, but the second and the third weren't able to save that. As a clean pass to Ethan now gets Edgren into the lead 1-0, and they're coming in swinging here after this kickoff. Loopers back to Ethan. He's going to take that one over to Lucas. It's intercepted now. Oh, with them going wide, Humphreys might get a shot here, but the ball stalls in air, which won't be good.
Ball high up, Lucas tried to spike it down. Still though, gonna head on into the corner, round it. Has two people to pass to, especially since one Humphreys player whiffed, but ball taken away from him. Ooh, nice steal away by Humphreys. Gains them a bit of ground. They've had trouble turning that into shots on goal for this game.
Bloopers, good aerial look, a little bit high, but it's right back to Lucas, who's going to stall this one out in the air. Better team going wide is going to give them a chance. That's a second defender. He has one man to beat now. Lucas, beautiful. He just balances the ball. He's like a seal at the circus there, balancing the ball on the tip of his car, and he's just going to drive that one right in. What a beautiful play. He beat all three defenders pretty much by himself, and he's getting the glory he finally deserves here. He's been looking for it so many games, and now he's looking like a star here.
1 minute to go in this game. And a quick shot by Ethan, making things all the more certain. Now a pace of, they got to be better than 25 seconds per goal if they want to have a chance at this. Ethan, nice dribble pass to Lucas, up high. Oh, nice little tap there by Better Team. Better Team tries to make it across midfield. Stolen by Bloopers. Pass to Lucas, back to Blue. Oh. I thought for sure there would be one more tap from Bloopers, but not to be, and they don't really have to do anything much more at this point of the game. Too little time remaining. Looking like another sweep by Edgren.
They're going to attempt to keep this one. I mean, Edgren's not one to dribble it out. They always look for late looks. They want to get the score as certain as it could possibly be, and it seems pretty certain right now. 10 seconds left. Maybe they'll get one more. Ball's high, set up. Other team looking to maybe get something back his way. You know, just a cheeky little goal, but it's going to get spiked straight down into a 3-0.
This is where the brutal reality of Rocket League comes in sometimes, because unlike a lot of other games, you know, like Overwatch and Valorant, maybe you can say, oh, I'm just not good at this particular stage, or maybe if this hero, agent, whatever you want to call it, you know, gets through, I can do work on them. But Rocket League, you know, just with the same game over and over again, it starts to become really apparent where the skill ceiling lies between these two teams, and whoever's sticking to that ceiling is the one who walks away with the win.
Edgren just looking more mechanically dominant. Lucas, Ethan, and of course Bloopers just all performing to a very high level, and that level seems to be higher than Humphreys. As I mean, they're 14-0 essentially on these goals here, heading into the potential last map, the match point.
Off we go into quite possibly the fourth and final game of this DoDEA Rocket League matchup. Edgren sitting at 3-0, looking to take the Blackhawks on out and just to move on further in their season. Nice recovery from their loss to Guam would be great here. Ethan already puts a shot back toward Humphreys' goal.
I see them go for that look a lot. I've seen it multiple times in the games from Edgren that I've seen. They have two people kind of aerial up and meet in the middle and go for a pinch, and it's actually worked out quite a few times. Doesn't quite work there, but it just shows the level of tactics that Edgren are working with, and Humphreys don't really seem to have a response. They had a chance there, but better team a little bit wide. Aiden's got to save this one, get this away. Ethan wants to keep it though. He doesn't quite have any support, but with all the defenders missing, it's all up to Buckeye. Nice. Able to save that one and keep it to 0-0. They have a decent chance now. The ball going over their way. They've all got boost. Buckeye centering it. Lucas is there quicker, of course, and now the attack's going to come back to Humphreys.
A little under 4 minutes left. Better team, nice play around defender, and one last tap from Lucas. Spikes the ball high up in the air, prevents a goal. Pass to Lucas, quick counterattack, and it bounces off the front post over the other side of the field, but plenty of time for a follow-up like Bloopers does right now. Seems like all of them are committing onto the ball except the goalie, who comes in at the last moment to try to find a clear, but doesn't get too forceful a shot on it. These balls are pretty darn slow when Humphreys is trying to pass them back, and it just allows Edgren to easily make contact with them and play circles around the Blackhawks.
Seems to be interesting is Humphries in every game seems to be able to last for a while before the goals start rolling in. 2:30 on the last one, 3 minutes now. They're defending strong, but all it seems to take is one nice look from Edgren to kind of blow things open, and this might be the look. Oh, somehow tapped in right there at the last second by Lucas it was. It rests in front of 3 defenders, and the last man runs in and just is able to get that. Again, Humphries able to hold so strong, but now we'll see if the floodgates once again are opened by Edgren. We're off to a strong start in their match point.
Oh, what a block there by Edgren. Just any sort of clear. Humphries was to try to bring out. It's usually answered back, although that's a good one right there. And a pass to center it up, but the follow-up is way too slow. And I think it's just overall the just general pace of each team, what speed they're comfortable at playing that's really been decided in this match.
Oh, Bloopers is going to get a nice setup there. A little bit high, but it was almost perfect for him. Ethan waiting a little bit is going to get the last touch on that and keep the ball sort of centered. Lucas going to take that one back out to Ethan. But Buckeye on the back foot, able to keep that one from going away from them. They're going to get a decent shot at an attack here. Unless no one's really there. No one is. Ethan now taking it back. Aiden hits it high. Bloopers missing. That might be a shot. Oh, it was almost Humphries' first goal of the series, but they weren't quite able to connect. They have a minute 30 and more opportunities, but Edgren wanting to keep this a shutout, a perfect game, are not going to let it come easy.
Off to the side. Ooh. 1 minute left in this match. Edgren just moments away if they can maintain this fragile 1-goal lead. Lucas chasing after the ball in the corner. Pass to mid where Bloopers is waiting. Double commit on the save. Possible opening for Edgren where everyone repositions. Or at the very least, just stop the clears. There you go.
It's a great shot. Again, it's Lucas. Said his name so many times in this series, but he's earned it every time. 4 shots and 2 goals this game. The striker of Edgren, and he's hitting everything. Gets so many opportunities, and Humphries, they've pretty much been on the defense this entire time. Hold on. They're able to sneak in their first goal of the series there, and maybe showing that it's not, at least this game is not quite over yet.
30 seconds though, not too much time to work with, but enough to be slightly comfortable with. Although, wow, Ethan just puts an end to any hope that Humphries had. Nice little chip shot set up for him.
That one might be the dagger. The shot that kind of ends this one and takes away the hopes of Humphries to have any chance at coming back. Lucas looks to just kind of rub it in with another ball. Barely able to get tipped out, but 5 seconds. Yeah.
Well, big congratulations to Edgren High School for winning that match. And a big thank you to the USO, the nation's leading organization serving the men and women in the U.S. military as a force behind the forces. Well, that's going to do it for our Rocket League match tonight, but we still got Valorant to get to, so stay tuned. We'll be back with you after this break. But it is saved by a better team. Lucas, though, quick counterattack. Ball is wide off to the left corner. Now trying to center it up. Not going to find it there.
with Liam after his 4th military move. When being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. Thanks to generous supporters, we're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. Thanks to your donations, we're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Alrighty, welcome back to the DoDEA eSports Pacific broadcast, coming to you from the USO studio. I'm studio host Jacob Palmer, joined by Zach Munson, calling all of the action as we're ready to head on into Valorant. And this should be interesting, seeing as how we once again have Edgren in the mix, but we got a new school in joining and to go up against them.
It's true, we got Kadena now. It's Edgren versus Kadena here in Valorant, and the best of ones are always interesting, as the way that the picks and the bans work. They've got to be on a map that they're comfortable with. Both teams are going to be happy with it, as all the ones that they don't like, they're going to be taken out, and we're really going to see who's just the better team here today.
And Edgren looking for total and complete redemption after a 0-13 loss last time they played in Valorant. So hopefully some lessons learned from that last match. We'll see how they fare against Kadena as we take a look at the lineups for both teams. We got Lapsy, Captain Obvious, Zeta, Akira, Estrian, and CVOD 4.
And then Kadena's got Cad Mads, 60 Hertz, I love that guy's name, ZJT Gaming, Dom, and Boric Naj.
Or Borican AJ, or
Borican AJ, Borican Naj.
Borican Naj or Borican AJ.
It's hard to tell with the, maybe they'll have some spaces in the
Yeah. Sometimes when it's all one, you just can't tell. But off we go into a Valorant, and Valorant is always a little bit interesting, since in the DoDEA eSports Pacific League, we can tend to see some more traditional agent picks, some of the more base agent picks than in other places. And before we get into this match, we also want to thank the USO, the nation's leading organization behind the men and women, helping the men and women in the U.S. military throughout their time in service. From the moment they join through their assignments and deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO has always been by their side. Now let's head back on down to it. Looks like we're going to be going down into Ascent, an old classic. And we can take a look at the team comps for both teams. We got a Clove being brought in for Edgren. Meanwhile, other than that, though, a lot more base agents. They're going for a double duelist comp as opposed to Kadena actually is going for a double initiator.
Yeah, only 2 agents are being mirrored right now. It's the Jet and the Cypher are the only ones that are shared between both squads, so we're going to have to see if the double duelist or the double initiator reigns supreme. Kadena's composition looking maybe a little bit stronger on paper, but if Edgren are feeling confident today, looking for redemption, looking for good shots, looking to take over, as this Reyna might almost get caught out, taking down a few shots. The mid push is coming in. A trade going both ways, but Clove's going to pick up an extra one. That ping revealing that they're pretty much all stuck bottom mid. Now the rest are going to walk out. The crunch is coming in from behind. Clove's smoke fading. Captain gets that one. A little ambitious on the dash, but that'll be okay, as the rest of Edgren is there to clean it up.
They definitely seem to be in better control of their destiny as we're ready to head on into round 2. We'll see what guns Edgren fancies themselves buying for what they ultimately are going to bonus with. Right now we're currently seeing Kadena just sticking on their handguns, trying to bring things back during the bonus round. Trying to decide what route they want to take. Looks like they're fancying a push up A.
I don't hate what both these teams did so far. It was a good look from Kadena. A lot of teams kind of forget that mid is an option, especially on pistol rounds. So I always like to see a nice mid push, but the collapse from Edgren was so quick, and it's going to need to be quick again, as the Trailblazer pinging one, but the Cypher tripwire able to get a quick one onto the opposing Cypher, and now Kadena is going to turn tail, maybe explore their options elsewhere.
Yeah, taking the rotation a little bit back toward mid. And Reyna is still setting herself up there, so they're going to, oh, actually she decides to go in mid-market, giving a little bit of an opening. At least their Sky makes it past. Now it's a smoke off as we go charging through. Up mid-market, they tried taking this route last time, the Lear put out, and it's going to be a trade back and forth again.
Spike down.
What's interesting is Edgren almost opting not to purchase that. Reyna had a classic, and it was traded by a Ghost. Lots of Ghost kills now in the kill feed, as Edgren are going to be pretty rich coming out of this one.
Take a look at a replay as things definitely seem to... It seemed like the team was at a little bit of a debate on where they want to go as they had their initiator try to go through B lobby. Maybe split up actually as a lurker, but wasn't able to really do anything to clear out B. Got in a fight with their Sova, but was eventually taken down. And so Edgren now sitting at 2 to Kadena's 0, going into bonus.
This is going to be a great bonus, as looks like they full purchase rifles, but they might even have another chance to purchase again. Kadena, 5 strong, heading straight into this Jet sideline, but Jet not quite quick enough. Captain taken down by Dom, and now the door is going to be closed. Do they know about this potential corner? Seems like Sivo is aware. He's going to actually get a nice timing on this Trailblazer who's not going to see him. He has a chance, but it's one and done from the corner. Phantom only striking down on one. Clove now with the chance. 3 versus 3. They get a nice little kill, and now they're waiting for the support. Sova's coming through, and it's definitely going to be a difficult retake. But not.
One enemy
Happy's able to get that. Clove onto another. It's just one player under the heaven, and now a 3v3 going to 3-0 as Edgren stacks up another on a round that, as you said, this was just their bonus.
Always a sign of things to come, basically, when a team wins their bonus, goes 3-0. And now they got a world of credits to play with.
Practically swimming in money right now. They're like Scrooge McDuck, jumping in their pit of credits, able to buy whatever armaments and utility they might like. Kadena forced on a save. It's not going to be great for them. Seems like they're taking a moment to kind of think about what they want to do. Maybe try this kind of untested B side of the map. But they've also got a lurk with the spike towards A. Who's going to take an early peek mid. This could be dangerous. Jets watching it. But so far, it looks to go unpunished as Sky cuts across and rejoins with the rest of the team here before the push.
First time trying to push through Fish Market. They're going to find themselves smoked off. Now the smoke wears down. Sending out a Trailblazer around the corner to check out sight, but I don't know how much they're checking up from that vantage point in mid-market. And it's actually, they're bailing on this. They're going to go over to A instead.
Possibly hoping that Edgren is gonna maybe fall for it a little bit, get a little fooled by that Trailblazer, think that there's less people there than there are, or more people. They might be right. Dom is able to run out and get one, but Lappy trades back two. Mads with one on his side, now two on the lurk. It's going to make this one a bit more winnable, but Lappy is almost winning this one all by himself. The last two players are so low. Reyna gets that one onto Mads, and this is bad news now for Dom, who actually that stinger shot reigns true. As now it's all up to the 1v1. Good neural theft is going to make things pretty easy. The plant is going to be able to come down now with the information gained. This could go either way. Both so low, it's one shot for each of them.
Pepsi has the better gun, though. He's got a full rifle. That is, unless, okay, it looks like that Cypher has picked up a better gun for himself. He's gonna have to break down that door if he wants to go this way. He does. Sends off. And he's got to go toward trying to disarm it. The Cypher gonna peek on through. Oh, gets the clutch for Kadena. Their first win of the game.
It was a good play from Dom. He played that very well. Maybe would have liked to see the trip go out on the bomb, but he almost knows exactly where Cypher is since he never, or Sova is since he never hit that trip, and then he just goes for the swing, calling the bluff, the stake even. And now 3-1, Kadena really needed that one. They're kind of back in this. Edgren is still going to be strong in their money. Of course, their pool maybe half depleted, but they can still swim in it. But Kadena's now got some weapons to play with of their own.
All right, Empress brought out by Edgren. We'll see what that Reyna can do with that. And they start stacking up some eliminations. Well, Lapsy's going to find himself taken out by a very good headshot by 60 Hertz. Slowly making their way up toward Catwalk, but now going through mid-market. They've tried this route multiple times to no avail. Jet holding the angle, although they've got only a ghost, and just on the gun differential, that'll allow Kadena to plow on through their best push yet onto site B.
Captain, not much to do on that angle, hard cleared. And with Clove getting taken down as well, Edgren's gonna have a difficult path back into this one, but that's the way you get back in. The smoke's now down is gonna make this a lot easier to push into. Don't have to contend with those Omen smokes anymore. This kill's gonna need to go the way of Reyna, which it does. 60 Hertz taken out. Empress now activated. Seems like Edgren not wanting to save this one. They want to win. Close smoke, cutting this one down, making it a little bit easier. There's a player stairs who's gonna take first contact. It's Dom who's ready. Cypher v Cypher matchup. He's lurking into the smoke and he's gonna get it. And Reyna able to get 3, but not able to get 5, which she definitely would have needed. Kadena now back into this one as Edgren. Their buys a bit staggered. I noticed Captain only had a ghost while some of his teammates had full Vandals and Phantoms, and now their economy's a bit more concerning than it once was.
Well, it might have been a strategic save. We don't quite know. I think this round, Kadena's also going to be at some awkward purchases too, because even though they won last round, they lost 3 players, so.
Back towards B it looks. A mid-heavy setup from Edgren might leave this B side a little bit weak, especially with that recon dart not finding anything since Kadena didn't really decide where they wanted to go until the end. Dart was a little early. Dom's got it onto Captain. That's a very valuable pick mid that's going to call in reinforcements, but it's going to also pull the defenders off of B. Kadena now grouped up 5 strong. They've only got 1 man to contend with. He's currently in a drone menu, not able to fight back, and 2 sprayed through the smoke there from Dom and Borkin.
Spike planted.
Kadena's strong, looking to get this 3rd round.
Not really looking like there's much Edgren can do here. Question of what sort of guns do their other players have, and would those be better saved out into the long term, although they're starting to push in, so I think they're going to fully commit on this. Although that Cypher does have a Vandal, I would probably save.
He's going to clear it though. Actually,
No.
Last player
thought
standing.
he did. Corner's a little bit deeper than expected, and this one's going to be a flawless. Kadena now, if they were staggered at least on their economy before, they aren't anymore, as they've got 5 rifles. And Edgren, there's no way they could possibly have money anymore after that round. They're going to be forced on a save. Ultimate's also not in their favor. And Kadena, they looked weak at first coming into this one, but now they've regained their footing, got some ground, and it's an even game.
It seems like the momentum that Edgren had has just been evading them, partially because, like you said, there haven't been the cleanest buys so far this game. And as long as Kadena keeps winning games, they'll have themselves Vandals to constant half buys from Edgren. Now ready to round this corner, making their way onto side A. Got to deal with that tripwire that's caught the Trailblazer, but they are going to head on through, take out 2 players, and now things looking really good for Kadena as they keep going forward.
What an entry from Mads. Captain's going to take one back, but Mads is just continuing to run down, and Ultimate almost able to connect. Hunter's Fury, a bit of a questionable commitment. Maybe Lapsy thought he could get a bit more than he did. He might be able to get a rifle now. He could possibly get back into this one, but it looks like he's looking to save. Probably wise here in this situation, and just want to highlight those entries there from Mads. He knows that that Cypher likes to play in that corner behind his tripwire. He sits in his camera and waits for some aggression, and so he dashes. As soon as the Trailblazer hits that tripwire, he goes straight in and has the perfect read on the positions of the enemies. Another clean round from Kadena, and Lapsy able to hold on to that rifle at least.
Now Kadena taking the lead for the first time this match. And as long as Edgren continues to just buy whatever they want in these awkward half purchases, then Kadena could actually walk out of this with a 9-3 lead. It was a slow start, but the way things have been going, they're going to win these rounds, especially since there's a lot of angles, especially if they push into A, that are rather low, and especially down mid. You're going to get punished severely if you're bringing a Spectre or a Frenzy into that sort of a playfield.
Edgren almost seeming to realize this as well. Opts to play off mid. This walk up is going to catch Reyna off guard. Mads again with a beautiful entry. But Edgren are a little bit stronger than they appear here. They've got a lot of people, especially with that not dead yet. Captain getting one back, and
One enemy
Cypher
remaining.
not being deterred from his preferred corner on site. He's not going to let them scare him away. And now he gets 2. The Cloval waited out. Leaves Borikin in a 1v2 situation. Util is up. Neural Theft and Recon Bolt gonna pretty much tell the exact location of where he is. It's gonna be hard for him to get out here. He dodges the Recon Bolt, but he doesn't dodge the Tripwire. No one's quite there to back it up. Lapsy playing off, waiting for the trade perhaps. Lapsy peeks early here.
Oh,
But one shot more from Borikin is not able to land, and Lapsy's going to take that one. It could have easily gotten awkward, but Edgren Despite being disadvantaged, you're able to take that one and tie us back up at 4-4.
They were playing with fire, though, during that last engagement because there was a prolonged period where the firefight was still one-on-one. That second player was just holding off to the corner, and that's exactly how you give trailing players the opportunity to be able to bring things back. Now that Edgren gets a little bit more momentum under their wings, some more credits. See how effective they can be. We know they've been pretty good when all their teammates can purchase up fully.
Wow.
How even? That is a long angle to get with the Odin.
Yeah, he takes that one. Just an instant fight with the Odin down mid is so ambitious, but Reyna gets evaporated. Now this is awkward for Edgren, who are a little bit understaffed. Clove is able to get that one back, but the second is actually surprisingly there. Clove has also noted a few more coming onto this side. I really like this jump up. This timing is so good. What an angle, too. Clove is able to close out on all of them. 4 kills for Clove, despite the entry kill going the way of Kadena Dom with that Odin. It's now up to him to not only open up the round, but to close it out as well.
Oh my, how is he getting away with this?
Hold on.
With so many long-range engagement, he gets an ace with the Odin?
Cage triggered.
No.
Could possibly go his way, but it is Lapsy. We know that this guy is clean.
30 seconds left.
He seems to be aware of the possibility of Dom creeping out, but is he this aware with that cam? Now he is. And he's walking up. I don't think Dom's ready for this. What an angle from Lapsy.
Yeah, okay.
Man, if I was Clove, I would be mad if we lost that one off my 4K. Going back the other way, that round is crazy. 2 4Ks, almost aces on both sides. But Edgar's able to clear that one out and take the lead again after looking a bit shaky in the middle.
Now we head into the next bye phase. Things seesawing pretty evenly between both of these teams. In terms of the ultimates, Kadena's having a lot that they could use. They have the Thrash, Seekers, and also a Blade Storm as well. In fact, both schools holding on to a Blade Storm.
Mid-contact seems to be the name of the game so far. Dom is creeping up. I don't think he realizes just how much pressure he might be under here. But now the pressures are being rerouted from Kadena. They know this angle is played by Cypher. He's stunned up. I don't know if he's much longer for this world. He's not. Trailblazer serves him up on a platter. And with it comes the sight as a side, and maybe a dessert. Dom catching Reyna is now going to have a chance on the flank. He takes Lapsy, maybe a bit of revenge for last round, losing that 1v1, and he's running up the flank. He's going to have to be dealt with. He gets another, and it's just up to Captain Obvious. And I don't want to be Captain Obvious, but this one might be done.
Yeah, especially with a Guardian like that. When you don't know where the opposing team is, they can just spray you down, but he's going to go out fighting nonetheless.
Decent try, not much to really do there for him. Kadena answering right back. Dom's sitting at 15-6 right now, and it's not even the defensive half where you would imagine the Cypher to be stronger. Looking like the standout player so far. Lots of ultimates on the board for Kadena. Could let them get 2 more here. They want that advantage coming into the second half for sure.
Off into the next round, Kadena's sitting on a whole mass of ultimates. But the first ultimate used is from Edgren, the lone one they have, Blade Storm. They had a good presence around both routes toward A, although they're slowly moving over toward Catwalk, leaving the Cypher to hold down A short. And this one lurker could be very, the 2 lurkers they have in mid, could be very good if they get a good angle up here onto Catwalk. If they're not caught by the crossfire that the Sova has through mid-market. Oh, everyone's trying to out-snipe each other, but Dom finds it. How is he getting all these picks with the Odin when long range?
Cypher has a chance at that classic, but it's not surprising that Mads is going to take that one. Lots of damage, but double heal coming through. Dom shuts down the Blade Storm, and he's kind of caught out the door, squishes him. He's not able to get where he wanted. What the? Clove run and gun with the Odin. How did you get that second? That's insane. Seems like the Odin is the name of the game here. Clove running through heaven, but Mads is going to take that, and Thrash committed is kind of going to put this one away. What a timing though. Decent look. That was very impressive from both teams. It ends up going the way of Kadena, but
last round in
that was
the
a good
half.
fight from Edgren, especially with the disadvantage buy.
Now we got just one more round before we swap sides. And it looked at the very beginning like Edgren might run away with this, winning their bonus round, but Kadena has had, a few sweaty players who have been able to win fights that they weren't expected to, bring whole rounds back on over into their favor. And now they could end this half despite trailing so much at the very start, up 7-5.
Mads and Dom, those players you're mentioning, taking over individual rounds. So strong. Lapsy with this setup, able to get one early, and I don't think they know Cypher is snuck deep into this corner. He creeps in, and is he able to get it? He is.
One enemy remaining.
Extra damage, and somehow this one's gone the way of Edgren with such disadvantage. That's 3 kills of the classic Lapsy playing that triangle to perfection.
Switching
And we're up to a
sides.
6-6. Honestly, with the way things are going, it's not too surprising, but both teams getting their streaks in here and there.
But maybe a switch on of sides can make things happen. Now, notably, in that 13-0 game that I was referencing earlier, Edgren was attacking first. So we didn't see them do too well last time on attacking. In fact, they got into a lot of firefights without actually really planting the spike. They weren't able to plant it at all their first half when they were attacking. So if Kadena can just win these firefights right off the bat, then Edgren has shown that they can kind of get distracted by that and take their eyes off the prize, which is the spike.
They're going to have to contend with the 2 strongest players here, at least on the team of Kadena right now. If they push here, it's Mads and Dom. They're both there. I don't think they know that this setup is so strong. With Lapsy getting that kill, though, they're going to have some confidence, especially with Clove. Do they cut here and go back to mid? I mean, B is completely open. It seems like they really want to get this, though. Paranoia a bit too late for Dom to do anything. And now Edgren sort of realizing that it's a lot less pressure. I mean, they've noted every player. They've seen the Jet. They've seen the Omen. They know that B's open now, and a strong showing, definitely stronger than their 0-13. They seem to get a plant down here on their first round, winning those fights before the spike's even been planted. Not really sure where he wants to get it, though.
Now Kadena, just with 2 left, are going to try to retake things through mid-market. Sova trying to keep them at bay. They're smoked off and are going to take a different route. But this one's going to be just as well guarded.
There they are.
Oh, and they get the ping on them as well.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, they're trying to jump on him. That's quite a lot of mobility for Valorant. Doesn't quite work out for them. I was not expecting. I have not seen anyone jump in like that for Valorant. That was like a Call of Duty move right there. That was great.
Sometimes, well, this isn't exactly this situation, but when you have like a Odin or something, you jump in while you're crouching, it'll get your spray good, maybe pull off their crosshair placement, but doesn't quite go their way for Kadena. A decent look for the last 2 players, but definitely wasn't much to be done. Same looking setup here from both teams. Edgren strong towards mid, and Kadena want to early peek that again. Mads is going to see everybody. He's going to see 5 players. Clove actually going to take an early one down mid. The run back not working as well as maybe Kadena had hoped. Mads is going to get tested. He's kind of AD peeking here, maybe seeing if he can catch anything. He sees someone not looking, but he missed his one chance, and now he has to run back and contest the top mid here with Dom.
Slowly making their way up mid. Oh, that's a very good takeout. Now up 2 if they can keep leveraging this tempo.
One
Trade 1
enemy
for 1
remaining.
still isn't bad. They've got themselves up to 4-1.
It's all up to ZJT. They can just go
30
to the
seconds
other
left.
site. They don't even need to test them. It's going to be all up to him to try and make all the moves here, and they're difficult moves to make. He gets a nice look down, maybe on a fight mid with this Ghost. But Lapsy is here, and he hasn't been a slouch so far this game. Neither is this Clove, who's just going to eliminate ZJT instantly. 8-6 now for Edgren. It's been the story so far. They've started off very early. We're going to have to see if they can keep this lead, unlike last half.
Well, I think one of the best signs of that is how they do in their bonus round. Seem to be favoring an A push. And that might be the right guy. If they go A short, there's only going to be one. They got to deal with some tripwires, but there's only really that Jet guarding A. The Sky is rotating on back, choosing to go mid instead. That Cypher takes a sideline.
It's going to be sketchy. But it is
Okay, that's a bit more of what I expected to see the Odin down mid. We have been seeing, I think Dom's luck streak has finally run out with the Odin, and we're returning back to reality here.
Good information gained, though. Kadena has all of control of mid and A main, but site has been given up, which is the most important. This might make the post plant a little bit difficult for Edgren, who aren't able to get anywhere. That for all they know, Jet could be lurking anywhere in A main. It's going to get cleared out by this Reyna, but quite slowly. As soon as Jet gets revealed, though, they now know A main's open, but it doesn't matter because Mads is taking everyone. Both players trapped below heaven now. They don't have much of a chance. That tap is going to draw them out. The players have to push this. One's out. Clove gets the first. Mads goes
Oh my goodness.
But Wingman, he's sticking it.
Oh my goodness, one.
back.
That Clove comes through with the Bulldog to win. The bonus round, and here's exactly why you don't place a smoke there right in the middle of the doorway, because it gives the two pushing out that little bit of security. Both of them can come out at that unexpected angle. Had that smoke been placed just a little bit farther back into that alcove, it would have been much tougher for them to push out.
Maybe also seemed like Kadena weren't sure of where the players could be, or Edgren rather. They weren't sure of where all the defenders could still be. Finally now testing this A-hold. Tripwire hitting everything. A whole mess of colors all over the screen here. And it looks like Edgren's gonna come out on top, at least for now.
Oh,
Wow, nice adjustment for missing those shots
One
onto that
enemy
nice little
remaining.
one-tap. Captain gets a third on the round, and it's all up again to ZJT. He's able to get that first. Not quite the second. Captain is running people down with the classic, choosing not to use the Vandal, instead keeping with maybe old reliable here. As Edgren gets off now to a bit of a breakaway. Clove on 25 and 10. Very impressive, especially since Clove is not known to be a very meta character. Normally when you pick him,
Careful here.
kind of like it's almost like a Reyna where you're almost betting on yourself to pop off and get those kills, and
This goes here.
one on Edgren definitely has been doing that.
going through the next push, all as a unit on toward A. Gonna have to deal with this Sky sniping down from heaven. The Odin hanging out more on point. Omen hanging out more on point, and just manages to get away from that firefight.
Spike Down A.
And things looking a lot better thanks to AJ picking up a double for Kadena. But Clove, again, the top fragger and the one to keep these matches alive for Edgren. See how they do here. They're down 2.
Holding below heaven again. That's their angle of choice. And you can see why. I mean, they're
Last
taking
player
everyone
standing.
down. But they're in a 1v2 now. They're against Mads and ZJT, creeping around Dice. They're not going to get a fair
One
fight
enemy
here,
remaining.
but they're going to make it a fair fight. Bladestorm pop, but the right click isn't there somehow. Right as we mentioned them, Clove drops a crazy ace, all headshots, 5 headshot kills, and that's going to bring them up to 30.
And you also see right here, this would have been the great, if they can just get one double peek, they have it, but a little bit of miscoordination allows the one-on-one to be taken by the Clove, and then once they got the Jet as a one-on-one too, you don't want to go up against the top fragger that way.
Right here.
Really breaking away on the offensive half. A much different story from their previous game. Clove still with the hot hands. Taking some more shots, getting 31 now on the game. Orican barely able to actually creep past that. He's going to get a beautiful shot. That's exactly what you want to see. He also upgrades his gun and gets out. Mads has to get out too, but that not dead yet is going to catch Mads trying to run away, and now the menace is back. The raid boss has a second phase. The boss isn't done quite yet. 3 versus 2 now. As quickly as it looked good for Kadena in that fight tree, now it looks bad. A difficult retake, especially with this inferior weaponry, but the upgrades ripe in here for the taking here.
Orican and ZJT both making their way up into heaven, but oh man, okay, this is one of the things I've been kind of razzing the Odin all this time, but this is a really good spot for it, but not even gonna need to have it as Captain Obvious brings Edgren back to match point. So it seems, I was wondering as we went to half whether this would be a case of both teams just are equally matched, or if Edgren is just a lot more comfortable on attack. And boy, if they come back in a huge way since their last matchup, they have won every single attack round thus far.
Just a great showing from Edgren. These strategies not only good, but the aim is there as well. And a lot of the time when the aim is there, the strategies don't need to be, and vice versa. And look at that. They seem to know that the Dizzy's coming and wait it out, and now they get a free walk. Gecko's gonna be completely outmatched here. He has no clue that 5 people are on the way. Clove up to a solid 33 or 32. The team's a little bit split here. Jet might get a chance to walk out, take a few, but opts to wait for the rest of the team for the retake. A couple ults are in the pocket here, but I'm actually able to keep it close with this Odin. His weapon of choice, he's actually going to get a third. Neural Theft able to be committed here. Cypher wants to use it. Yeah, now able to find the body. Some sprays could come. Swinging out the smoke, he gets another. And an ace from Kadena. Dom in particular, of course, he's got his Odin. And
yeah, he wants to do it with the Odin. Whether he wins or loses, he's going to do it with the Odin. It seems like that decision has already been made.
Treats that gun almost like an SMG, the way he just runs out, takes those ambitious fights. Very impressive from Dom. He's up to 24 of his own. Looking like the strongest player on Kadena, is still a little bit behind the Clove of Edgren, but that is what they need. They've staved off their defeat for at least 1 round, but they're still on match point.
Dom hanging out right near Gardens with his Odin.
It's gonna be up to mid again. Quick push coming through, but no contact has been made yet. Kadena not really sure of anything. Dizzy this time is able to get a little bit of contact, and a shot as well is going to prove that there's definitely contact mid. It's going to be up to Dom again, holding here. He's got a trip to play over. Actually taken out super quick. The spray's there, and Clove, no ultimate to speak of, is not going to be able to get this one back. A nice free kill.
Dom still holding on to Old Faithful. Meanwhile, I don't know if Edgren realizes just how much has been left off toward B. It seems like Kadena is under the impression that they might go over toward B, but with that pick onto Dom, they can pick up that Odin if they want, but that's going to allow them to push into A a lot easier. Trade one-on-one leaves both teams at 3. Working hanging on to the Vandal. Nice Cypher Cage, though, will give them cover to be able to plant.
Orkin loses that one onto Lapsy. Thrash now trying to be committed to maybe save this one. Not finding anything though, and
Attackers win.
Reyna of course gonna clean that one up, and Edgren a strong showing on attack. Only losing 1 round there despite having a very even first half.
Nice redemption for them since last week, and a thank you once again to the USO, the nation's leading organization supporting the men and women in the U.S. military as a force behind the forces. Well, that's going to wrap things up for tonight, and I think the main takeaway is redemption for Edgren. They lost both games last time, and now they've won 2 games, so they're back on top where they want to be. Nice job. We wish them the best of luck going forward in the coming weeks. But that's going to do it for all of us here tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the USO. Enjoy some highlights from the last game, and we hope to see you next time. Up toward Catwalk, but now going through mid-market. They've tried this route multiple times to no avail. Jet holding the angle, although they've got only a Ghost, and just on the gun differential, that'll allow Kadena to plow on through their best push yet onto site B.
Captain not much for Edgren, who are a little bit understaffed. Gold is able to get that one back, but the second is actually surprisingly there. Clove has also noted a few more coming onto this side. I really like this jump up. This timing is so good. What an angle too. Clove is able to close out on all of them. And then Mads is going to take that one. Lots of damage, but double heal coming through. Dom shuts down the Blade Storm, and he's kind of caught out the door, squishes him. He's not able to get where he wants. What the? Clove run and gun with the Odin. How did you get that second? That's insane. Seems like the Odin is holding below heaven again. That's their angle of choice. And you can see why. I mean, they're taking everyone down. But they're in a 1v2 now. They're against Mads and ZJT, creeping around Dice. They're not going to get a fair fight here, but they're going to make it a fair fight. Blade Storm pop with the right click. And now able to find the body. Some sprays could come. Swinging out the Smokey, gets another. And a piece from Kadena. Dom in particular, of course, he's got his Odin. And
yeah, he wants to do it with the Odin. Whether he wins or loses,